Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am Jerry Wald, your host and stroke survivor. So, for those of you that are new here, started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for people or survivors to share their journeys from all across the world. So, this morning, we're going to do a kind of a roundtable, and this topic is going to be the hidden side of stroke, how it affects friendships and social life. So, for all you viewers out there, please make comments and ask questions, and we'll just go ahead and get started this, and we can follow up. And thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, did that come out right? Probably not, but you
It
know,
came out right.
yeah, I know things kind of, but John, Jerry, and Angelia, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And you guys see the comments over there on the right side?
No.
Not yet.
You don't? Okay, well, let's see. I don't know if this is too.
Okay,
There
there
we
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
There they are.
Okay, okay. So yeah, this is. I don't know about whoever wants to start talking about this topic. Angelia, you we were talking before, so maybe you could start. This is a. I thought it was a great topic because a lot of people don't want to talk about this.
I think this is an exceptional topic. And I think there's so much truth to this. And I love that you're presenting the things that people don't tend to talk about,
No.
And I think that it's a very real thing that we all deal with whenever, we get sick. It becomes a bit of an issue for the people around us. And sometimes these people that are so-called friends or family can't really bear the weight of watching their loved one be sick. And so they kind of fade away. And that's hurtful. And it adds to the level of grief that we deal with as stroke survivors, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And feel free, anybody, to jump in. How you feel about this too?
Yeah, I'd just like to add, that understanding, knowing that the emotion and physical changes in a survivor, a lot of people don't realize what we deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
Not just the physical part, but definitely the emotional part. I'm sure. I tell you, I don't have them as often as I used to, but my down sometimes I can just be sitting around, maybe watching TV. I can even be watching a nice ball game,
Right.
anything, just sitting along, and all of a sudden it just hit me, and tears start flowing, and I'm like, man, don't nobody come around, don't nobody call, you know, don't nobody check on me, anything like that. And it used to bother me so bad.
Yeah.
But I have gotten to where, through the help of God, I have gotten to where I deal with those kinds of things now a whole lot better than I did a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. I'm not gonna say it doesn't bother me at all, but if I had to put it on a scale 1 to 10, it's like a 2 now when it used to be like an 8.
Wow. Good for you that you're
Yeah.
dealing with that.
Are you just freshly coming out of did you have your stroke a short while ago, or have you been a stroke survivor for a long time?
You talking about me, Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming up on 5 years. It'll be 5 years in February the 14th to be exact. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll be
How
coming
about
around.
you, Jerry?
Well, I'll be coming around 5 years in April. But when I first had my stroke, I was severely bitter. I was angry, and my wife, she was my only blessing, and my sons, of course, come and see me in the hospital. But my friends, I was really mad at my friends because when I'm Jerry before stroke, let's say, I had a lot of friends. I was a truck driver, a lot of friends, but then they kind of just disappeared, But a lot of them are coming back now.
Wow.
But uh, we've talked, and I can relate when they say they just don't know what to say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they are. A lot of them are uncertain on what to say and how to help you.
Yeah.
So, we have to, as survivors, we have to kind of think about that and look at that as well. That some people just don't know what to do or what to say.
Right. Well, look at how it was. I know for myself, I experienced the stroke that I had in February of 2019. So it's been a little bit of time. And it was really bad. I was completely changed. Everything about me changed in an instant,
Mm-hmm.
as you all know. And like even my children, when I came home, I had a 9-year-old and a high schooler. She was, I think, in her senior year. And when I came home, all they kept saying was, "Mom, you're different."
Yeah.
And of course I was. I was sleeping for 18 hours a day. I was not present. I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't walk anymore. Driving was out of the picture, and being able just to manage getting myself to the bathroom was a chore,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, everything changed. And I have to remind myself often that these people that stuck around were experiencing the grieving process as well,
Yeah.
and it took me a long time. I, like you, Jerry said, I was angry.
Yeah.
I was so deeply sad and so angry, and unpacking that anger and sadness took years. I mean, I don't think I really started coming out of that until I was in year 3.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then, like, my body was starting to connect back in a little bit, and I was finding a solid path of healing. And I realized that I had to set boundaries. I couldn't just fall back into this role of being mom and wife and superstar and superwoman, whatever it was. I had to actually learn how to set boundaries for myself and hold space for myself so I could tangibly latch on to healing and expand in that rather than getting stuck, because I felt so stuck for so long,
Yeah.
Are
So
you?
I have mad respect for all of it at this point, looking at it and looking backwards from a space of being 6.5 years out and really finding a strong path of neuroplasticity. I know that I have to stay on that. And the people around me love and support me, and they honor that space. But I also have to honor the space for them to experience their grief.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How
It's not easy.
how mobile are you now? Like compared
I'm
to
I would say I'm somewhere between 85 and 90%. I
Wow.
have some foot issues still that are causing I have some deficiencies that are lingering. And these things are things that I'm working on accepting, because honestly, I've had about 7 surgeries on this foot now, and
Oh, wow.
I don't really want to do any more surgeries, and I'm just kind of trying to figure it out from here. You
Yeah, I was
know?
wondering the same thing. I noticed the movement of both of your arms. I like, she got a
Yeah.
lot of mobility going on.
I was just gonna say that because that's awesome. Moving your, both arms, and I don't know how you're, because it's tough to get, it's tough, but you look perfect.
Looking great.
Yeah.
Doing great.
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of work.
I'm usually the
been a
guy that
lot of
flirts around here, guys. What are you doing?
What's
Say
that?
that again.
I'm usually the guy that flirts around here.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, it's a tough go around. Even me coming up on, gosh, 15 years and post, and it's still a lot of work. But I found myself, you got to stay busy. Then
Yeah.
otherwise, you get yourself in a deep rut. If you're just sitting there, like John, you mentioned, if you're sitting around doing nothing, the tears come down and they just come out of nowhere. And so that's what I found for me. Have to stay busy.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I think of not bad things, but think of, why me or something like that.
Yeah. And another thing for me is social activities are hard. And actually, I'm not gonna say that they used to be hard. They're more like, they're more like unenjoyable now.
Yeah,
I don't I don't I try to maybe get out and go do some stuff and mingle with people and everything. And like after the first 30 minutes to an hour, I'm ready to go home.
yeah,
I done had enough of this.
yeah,
It seems
yeah,
like honestly, you know, I enjoy going to church. I have a great time at church, of course. Uh, if I do have some friends that may invite me out somewhere, and if I do decide to go, I'm excited about going. And then, like I said, I get there about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm like, thanks
yeah.
for the invite. I see y'all. I'm gone. You just got here. I know, and I'm just not going to leave.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean there, because that's something that I still deal with, because we have not a bunch, but a bunch, about 4 or 5 people coming over tonight for dinner, just for a little bit. And I'm already thinking about, okay, don't go and leave and go in the bedroom, try to handle it, and do all the different conversations. Um, people don't understand that. That if, you're talking, I'm trying to keep myself busy with one person, and everybody's jumping in. I am just I battle with that.
You got to respect that energy.
Yeah,
I tell you, I feel that so deeply because I experience that neuro overload as well, intensely in
Yeah,
my body.
yeah,
When I go to my son's school, I've got one child that's still in high school. And when I go up to his school, I can't help but feel all this rush of anxiety flow into my body. And as
yes,
soon as that
yes.
anxiety hits me, my body's all tight and tense. And then
Oh,
I'm not even able to move real
yeah,
well. And I
yes,
get
I tighten
around,
up so bad.
right? I get around all this other energy with all these people
Mhm.
around
yeah,
that don't understand. I can't sit there and say, "Hey, everybody, I had a stroke. I need you to be mindful around me."
Yeah,
And
make a
like these
public
kids don't
announcement.
care. Right? Like I'm supposed to get up in front of these thousands of kids and say, "Hey, you got to look out for me. I'm the one walking around funny." No, they don't care. They don't
yeah,
care. I
yeah,
feel the same way though. Like I've gone into meetings and I've had people come up to me and be like, "What's wrong with you?" Or "Why are you walking all messed up?" Or like
Mm,
things like that. And I'm sitting there like, "Oh, okay, let me just digest this for a minute. That was a little rude. But
yeah,
I also feel like, in a way, I gotta respect the pure, raw honesty of human behavior. Humans are going to be human, and they really don't walk with a filter, and they're just going to say whatever comes into their mind sometimes. And I can't stand in a place of being insulted. What I can do for myself is honor my energy and my needs.
yeah,
And when I start to feel that neuro overload, I will have symptoms come back
yeah,
where I'll start tripping. I'll start feeling real heavy. My body will start pulling down onto my
mhm,
affected side. And in that, I respect that, John, that I can't stay here. I have to revert back in and give myself some space so my battery can recharge.
exactly.
You know?
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. We went to a breakfast for two of my grandkids, and there was so much talking going on. I couldn't walk, so I was and Barb goes, "Hey, Garrett, come on over here." Well, I couldn't. Why? I didn't want to trip, and people are looking. I thought, "Oh gosh, that is embarrassing." So I kind of get my hand out, and one of my grandkids came over, and I just tried to. I hold on to him. I mean, like you said,
Right.
yeah, it's a lot of work. This stuff, And I
I
saw
was
Brad.
like,
That's right. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
I
like
have it.
2 years into this, and I went to one of my son's school events. He was still in elementary, and I'm telling you what, I fell right in front of everybody, and I almost fell on this group of kids,
Oh
and I
man.
was just, it was like instantaneous. I was mortified. I was like, oh no, but like that happens,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
especially back then. My God, I used to fall all the time,
Oh
at least
yeah.
once a day.
Yeah. I still have my issues. I mean,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Barry, you're
Oh,
doing so good. I see you out there working so hard, and I'm just so proud of you. You are just doing so well.
who was that? To
You, Jerry.
me?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Well,
see
thank
you
you.
doing those steps. I saw those videos of you doing those steps. I was just like, wow, look at him go.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. If there's railings on the side, then I'm fairly okay. But it's a challenge.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And I see yours, John. Your videos that you're doing. I mean, those are great. A lot of people originally said, "Well, why are you doing those to just show off that you're better?" It's not. It's trying to help me to motivate myself and look. Oh gosh, I'm doing this wrong, or this may help. And so it's not me trying to show everybody. I'm better than you, but it's really to
Oh,
help
definitely
myself.
not.
Well, not today anyway.
What's that?
Not today anyway.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Just, no.
yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of work going through what we're going through. And first of all, I appreciate everybody making these comments here. It'd be nice to see what you guys are doing. And but yeah, Jocelyn, nice to see you. I know, nice to see everybody. Hate to point one person out, but yeah. So what else are you doing, John? That
Say that again.
you struggle with?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Oh, just wondering what you beside. I mean, is there anything else that you struggle with on a daily basis?
Uh I wouldn't say that there's really anything else that I struggle with because I have gotten to where I'd got the braveness to where if there's something that need to be done, I'm gonna try to do it.
Yeah.
And and I'm usually pretty successful at it.
Nice.
It may take a little while to get it done, but I can get it done.
Yes.
You know, the biggest thing for me is like maybe, well, not the biggest, but I just point this out because it's what's sticking out right now. Because matter of fact, it's about time to get it done in about the next day or two. But like changing the linen on my bed, so washing and everything, that's no problem. I can do that. But when it come down to them pillowcases and that fitting sheet,
Yeah.
oh man, we be fighting for about an hour.
I know.
Yeah, I had to call my daughter and send her a message, be like, "Help, please! I'm tired. I've been fighting trying to put these pillowcases on for about an hour, and I'm frustrated. I need you to come put them on for me." Like I said, I try to get it done myself, but sometimes I just have to. I had to call my helpline. Come in and help a brother out, please. Help me out. Mhm.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I said, really not too much other that I struggle with. I enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
So I cook all the time, and like I said, I do try to get out and do some social things, be around people, but it's only so much that I can handle. Like I said earlier, I don't want to continue to beat a dead horse, but after a good hour, I'm like, okay, I had enough. I'm ready. I'm ready to go back to my cave.
Right. Right.
I was gonna mention earlier, when I first had the stroke, uh, my sister and my oldest sister and her husband, they renewed their wedding vows, and they had did another, like wedding thing, right? So that was my first outdoor activity, being out since I had my stroke. And I was in my wheelchair then. And it took everything I had in me to hold back, because I'm looking around. I'm sorry. I'm looking around and I'm seeing everybody socializing in their little groups, having fun and, talking with one another, drinking wine, having a good time. And I'm just sitting over there in my wheelchair like,
A
ain't nobody
fish in a
talking to
fishbowl.
me.
Is that what you're talking about?
Say that again.
A fish in a fishbowl.
Yeah.
I understand
I'm
totally.
just sitting over there by myself, like, ain't nobody talking to me. There's no one talking to me. I felt so bad,
Yeah.
but I was able to pull through that. And after that moment, when it was all over with, I was like, I don't want to be around nobody, nobody.
I understand that
I don't want
totally.
to be around anyone anymore.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, some months later, my mom got real sick. And then, unfortunately, we end up losing mom. She passed away.
Sorry.
And when that happened, I was definitely in a slump. Then I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
you know, mom's
Right.
gone. I'm I'm done. All I want to do is just lay in bed and not do anything. I didn't care. I had a therapist that was coming to work me out like 3 days a week.
Yes.
I used to call and be like, hey, I'm good, not today. Because I just didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I just stopped working out. And probably about probably about 5, 6 months after mom passing, about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, I just felt something come over me. And I always say it was my mother
Wow.
that came over me and told me, you need to get your butt up.
Yeah.
You're better than that. You get up and you're going to beat this thing. Get out this bed and start working. And that's what I did. I got up and I started working. And I've been working ever since. Now, I wasn't working as hard 3.5, 4 years ago as I'm working now. As you know, Jerry, I work out every single day now.
I know. That's great.
Today will be 197 days straight that I've been working out.
Yeah.
So and it has gotten to that point to where that is my enjoyment. Is I get up, I know on Tuesday at 10 o'clock, I got Let's Talk Stroke. I'm on with my stroke family.
Yeah.
Then I get through this, I start my workout, do what I need to do, take care of any kind of business that may need to be taken care of. And then at 7 o'clock, I got Lynette Journey. I got the rest of my family, that they come on with. On Wednesday, I have Bible study that I listen to on a church that I used to, in another city that I was staying in, a church I was part of. I still listen to their Bible study on Wednesdays. So I go online and I do that. So I do a lot of different things. They try to keep myself focused to where I'm not getting myself in that slump to where I start having those little pity parties.
Yeah.
I
I,
love that, John. That's
Mhm.
so powerful to actively engage in working with where you're at this moment,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
thank you.
And I've done the same thing. I like to call it my devotional space to honor this journey that I'm on. I
Right,
feel very strongly that God put me here, and he put me here with a powerful message, and that message is one that I have to create a connection with that higher power to bring
yes,
that
ma'am.
energy in so I can continue to move forward on this journey. And
Right.
I make space like that every day. It's my devotional space. That's where
Mhm.
I bring God into my healing,
Yeah, because
and I've really learned that these spaces, it took me a long time to pull myself up out of that bed. The first few years I didn't get out of that bed. I was so like it I was just in a hole. And I was like, people just put the dirt on top of me right now, because I
Mhm.
can't figure out how to end it, because
right,
my brain wasn't working well enough to be able to do that. And I had something very similar happen to me where I feel like, my mom or God came in and just said, "Girl, you have to get up." Like,
hmm
it doesn't matter how ugly or pretty it is. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. You just have to get up and start doing it.
there you go. You
You
know,
know,
everybody didn't get another chance.
right?
It's millions of people that didn't get another chance, and we got another chance. So
Mm,
he gave us this opportunity for a reason.
Yeah.
So we need to take advantage of it, and by thanking him for giving us this opportunity, we got to reach out and try to help others
Yeah.
to let
every
them know
day.
that you're here for a reason. So let's get up and let's work and show that it can be done. You won't be the same that you were before, but you think about the day that you had the stroke. All for us, the day that we had our stroke, we're a long way from where we were then. A long way from where we were then.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah. There.
Definitely. I wanted to hint on, while we're still on this, I want to hint on that idea that we spoke about before, about how, like, you feel like you're a burden. You walk with this sense of guilt almost, because you are alive. And that's not a space that I feel is truth. I feel like, no matter where you're at on this journey, you are alive.
Yeah.
And really working with that mindset and that self talk is so important. It's such a vital part of your body. The thing, I think, one of the most powerful things I've learned, and I don't know if the other two gentlemen here know, but Jerry, I know you know, I teach breath,
Yeah.
and I
Sorry.
teach how to reconnect into the body with breath and yoga.
Okay.
And these modalities have really allowed me to almost rewrite the way that I communicate to my inner self, with a higher power, or with the universe, or with what's happening organically around me. And that self-talk, the way you talk to yourself and the way you talk about yourself, is probably one of the most important energies to be aware of. Is that if I'm sitting here saying to you, "Oh, well, I had this stroke and I can't walk and I can't move and I can't do this and I can't do
hmm
that," that's the energy that your body is hearing, and that's the energy that your healing is hearing. And that's the thing that I love about what you just said, John. You were like, "I'm going to get up and I'm going to try. I'm going to get up and I'm
Yeah.
going to try."
hmm
Because that's what it takes. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. An
That's it.
action has to be, you know? Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Jerry, do you struggle anything on, 'cause we don't, like there's the invisible things that we don't talk about, is there anything that you struggle with? Do you ever find yourself?
My my problem with my stroke is mostly nerve problems.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I have the yin yang effect. Like my side of my head on my right side's always numb, and my left side's numb. Now, if my left side's cold, the inner core is cold. This side will be normal, right? I
Yeah.
can't feel temperature. I can't, it's just to answer some of your questions. I feel a lot about stroke. It goes into a phase type thing. When you first have your stroke, you're mean and bitter, right?
Yes.
Then you get, with me, it was the computer. Then I saw Mr. Wald over there, and he brought me out. So I'm watching my fellow stroke guys and my family here. And my wife, what a blessing she was, what is rather.
Right.
It's a phase where you think I can, like a little train that could keep moving and keep moving. But it's a phase after a phase, right? Sometimes you're gonna dip, but you just, like John said, you just got to get up and say, we got to keep going.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough. When I was first having it, I lost my license. I depended on my license, as you know, the
Sure.
truck driver, and my doctor took it away. My license, I felt severely punished. Has anybody ever felt punished before because of this stuff?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a lot of emotions, right? And it just there's a long time ago I was scared. I was scared to go to sleep because I was scared I wasn't going to wake up.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And now
Yeah.
things are looking brighter. I'm here now, and you just got to take one day at a time. But just it's been a constant. I don't want to bring anybody down. Hell, everybody here has done such a great job. But ever since my stroke, it's been a constant fight for me, right? Because I had my heart bypass and everything. And then about almost 8 months ago, my wife had cancer.
Right.
But
Oh, Lord.
Thank God she's 100% cancer free now.
Amen.
She's just
That's
beating
awesome.
around like crazy. She's doing she's back at work,
Right.
and she still can throw me around when I misbehave. Right? She's doing awesome. So,
That's a hard job.
but I don't know about you guys, but like it's once I thought I was getting myself under control, then another thing hits you, and that's what I'm dealing with now.
Yeah.
So if I'm not making sense or not, but it's
No,
like
yeah.
You do
Go
make a
through
lot
it.
of sense. You make so much sense. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jerry.
No. I was just gonna say, is looking at my water thing here, and I said, Barb, can you I caught myself and I shouldn't have. Barb, can you fill that up? And I'll just go into my office. She goes, I wish you could do it yourself. You have 2 legs. You can do this. And I'm thinking, crap. Well, I can do it.
There you go. Yeah.
But maybe it's because I relied on her so much in the beginning. I got so used to, can you do this? Can you do that? Well, you can do it. You're right. I mean, I have to go clean the barbecue for tonight. I mean, but all the little things that I can do, but that I don't do, but I need to do more and more of it. I don't know if you catch yourselves doing that.
would that be clarified as like a tough love type thing, saying how you can do it and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can
didn't
do
read
all
that. I
things.
made that up myself.
Yeah, I don't want to put the pillow sheets on or the pillow things on.
Ah,
John
jeez.
does.
Got the barbecue and John's sheets and pillowcases. We're in trouble now. We've got to figure out what Angela doesn't like and appease her.
Yeah.
I I hate
Exactly.
making that bed. Every time I try to make that bed, I have to take a rest afterwards. I
Yes.
mean, it's so hard.
Yes.
But you can't do it.
Yes.
You can't go in the bed though.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you what, the more I try to do it, the better I'm getting at it.
Right.
Absolutely.
All of this takes practice,
Mhm.
and making space for that practice. You know, I found myself getting into a space where I was asking my husband or my kids for things that I could clearly do, and I just knew that they were always there to help. And I don't want to, take advantage of them, but I do appreciate the pushback. I appreciate them saying to me, well, I think you can handle that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, you know what? It makes me pause for a minute. And then I'm like, you know what? They're right. I can handle it.
There you
I
go.
can I can finally get the laundry. I live in a bi-level home, so like the main floor is upstairs of our living, and then we have the downstairs, the ground floor too, and the laundry and everything's down there. And I for years was angry that we lived in this house because I came home in a wheelchair and I couldn't get myself downstairs. And now I sit here 8 years, or we've been here for 8 years, but I sit here 6.5 years later after this stroke, or we've been here for 7 years now. I'm sorry. I sit here 6.5 years later after this stroke, and I am really grateful I've been in this house, because this house has forced me to
Mhm.
get my butt up and down them steps so I can do laundry, so I can be a functional participant of my family and my living. And I appreciate that bed, even though I get mad as hell trying to get it made. I appreciate those pillowcases
Oh
because
yeah.
that's really good rehab for me.
Yeah. I
You
mean, that,
know?
it's just therapy. It's
Yeah.
a part of therapy. And I tell you now, sometime when I get started on that bed, I'm like, man, I'd rather go work out. Woo.
Right?
Yes. I'd be like, I'd rather go work out.
Right.
Yeah. And you do it, John? It's always at home, right? Do you go anywhere to work
No,
out? It's
it's always at home
okay.
because I feel more comfortable,
Yeah.
doing it alone at home.
Yeah.
Uh, I was doing PT,
Yes.
going out and doing it, and it was going okay, but it got to where I felt like, okay, what they're giving me, I come home and I can do this myself.
Yeah.
And then and of course, you're not the only one in there. You got 4 or 5 other, you know, they got 4 or 5 other clients in there, whether they stroke survivors or whatever they may be dealing with. So it's not like you got that one-on-one time with
Yeah.
just that one PT,
Right.
because they had to rotate, through all of their clients, which is understandable. I get that. But I just got to where I feel more comfortable doing it, at home. Not, and I think I work harder when I'm by myself doing
Yeah.
it. So I just enjoy doing it at the house alone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Um,
No, Jerry, I know he's a fan of therapy and everything, but I tried going to therapy, and I got the same stuff at home. I got a big universal gym in my basement, and I got exercise bike and everything. But with therapy, there's these skinny little runts, right? And they go, those that rubber stuff that you just do like this on. Remember,
Yeah,
Jerry? Uh,
the
and,
elastic bands.
yeah, and he's telling me to go ahead, right? And it says do about 15, and 10 minutes after that, he's busy talking to the next good
Exactly.
looking
yeah.
good looking therapist there, right? Just like he's trying to pick up somebody for Saturday night. I'm going, excuse me, I'm paying $75 a half hour for my therapy. So
Yep.
I got
30
all this stuff
minutes.
at home,
Hmm.
and I used to lift weights when I was younger, and I'm just I'm working on my heart, and I got little stuff like, everybody see anything like this before?
Yeah,
I
oh
got,
yeah, got
and
those.
I sit at home, I'm on watching it and just working out. But therapist, what a waste of money that is. Like, to do it like John's doing is awesome. Do you go to therapy, Angela? Oh, you're not going now, are you? You're just no. It's
No, I've actually made myself. I've been very blessed. I was probably about 2 years, maybe 18 months, 2 years out, and my therapist invited me into a trauma yoga class, and I
oh
couldn't
yeah,
move.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I couldn't move at all. All I could do, I couldn't even log myself in to computers, or I didn't know how to use any of that stuff anymore. And I had my husband log me into this class every week, and I took this 12-week trauma yoga class. I sat there, and all I did was breathe. I practiced the breath patterns that they showed me. And within about 4 to 5 weeks, I started to notice I'm right side affected. I started to notice my vision returning, and I was blown. I mean, my brain was just blown away at that point. And at that point, I just, as soon as my vision got clear enough where I could read and I could actually start to functionally use computers and study, I went and dove into a breathwork facilitator program and became a breathwork facilitator. I was like, there is something very powerful behind this. For the last 5 years, I have been, or last, yeah, about 5 years now, 4.5 years or whatever. It's been five actually. I've been studying breath work. I went through a functional nutrition practitioner program. I did not finish it. I just went there to learn how to use food as medicine, because I knew food was a major component here, along with the breath pattern that I was using. And then from there, I took a trauma informed practitioner program so I could understand the trauma impact of all of this. And then I just completed my Hatha Yoga certification, so I'm a
Wow.
Hatha Yoga teacher now. And all of this originally I did to find healing for myself. The blessing behind this stuff is that now I'm able to bring it to the stroke community. I'm able to bring it to the affected community and share what I've learned. And it has been so powerful. You know, when you're resting in a dysfunctional breath pattern, it kind of hostages your body into this state of stress, of fight, flight, fear, fawning. And that dysregulation can keep you in a dysfunctional spot inside of your body. So, working with your breath pattern is probably one of the most powerful things. I'll stand here today and say I have found it to be the most powerful thing I have found for my healing path, because it has trained my body into having the natural ability to shift from these inner nervous system states of sympathetic, which is stress, just to keep this simple, or parasympathetic, which is rest. And when our bodies are able to maintain a functional vagal tone in our nervous system, that ability to switch in and out of these phases naturally, our bodies are able to have better communication internally, therefore able to heal better. Our oxygen is actually getting to where it needs to go. Our lymph systems are actually emptying and not holding toxicity in our bodies, clearing out the highways of communication within our bloodstreams and nervous system and lymph system. All of these things have been so a vital component to my ability to get my right hand back, to get movement in my right side, to get alignment in my body, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, we're getting ready to. I work with a stroke survivor who is a yoga teacher that I've been training with for years now. And we're getting ready to bring out some really interesting stuff. We've got a workshop that we're creating, and we're going to bring that out to the stroke community. Jerry, I believe Rachel and I are going to be coming on your show here in a week or two to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about all this. So I would love for you guys to come and join us and learn some new things.
Do you teach this live?
What's that?
Do you teach this live?
Online.
I do. I do. I teach this live. I teach breathing live every Monday. It's called Your Weekly Dose of Calm. I teach it off of my personal Facebook page. And then Rachel and I hold a yoga class every Wednesday. Rachel is doing the body movement, and I'm teaching the Shavasana, the breath part of it. So every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, you can join us. The link is posted on my Facebook page. And I would love to have you guys come in. This type of yoga is for every single human body, no matter where you're at. If you can't move, this would be good for you. If you have partial movement, it would be good for you. It's all done. It's adaptable hatha yoga. It's all done out of the chair. And then there's a heavy breath component to it too. So it can be really powerful.
Angelique, what's your last name?
I'm sorry?
What's your name on Facebook? Because I don't think we're friends on Facebook.
I know. I don't think we are either, John. It's Angelia Abu Hassan. A as in apple, B as in boy, O, U, H as in Henry, A as in apple, double S as in Sam, A as in apple, and N as in Nancy.
Oh.
You got that, Jerry?
I hope so. I hope so. Some person's going to think some girl's going to think I'm flirting big time if I just send it to the wrong number here. But just, yeah, I'm definitely going to, or if you don't mind, if you could put me on as a friend. I would love to talk to you and participate in some of your classes. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I've taken some, when I was in the wheelchair, I took some wheelchair yoga. And I think it was less than an hour. I kept thinking, okay, breathing, move my heart a little. I was exhausted after 1 hour of just breathing. I mean, people don't think how it is, but it helped me. But I needed to. I did it once, okay, but still. But
Jerry, you should come join us.
Which Jerry?
Both of you.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
Hey, Jerry Wald, afterwards, can you connect us all?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I hit end. We're still there.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's, and Marina, looks like you've talked to Rachel last night.
Oh, I love that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I see some great comments, and they're all good comments. This topic really, does anybody have subluxation?
What exactly is that, John? I know it's a shoulder thing. Is it a heavy pain, or is it just what?
If it's like it's like my shoulder, kind of, to put it in like layman's terms, it's kind of it comes out of its socket.
Okay.
You usually have, I mean, if you put your finger on my shoulder, you could feel like it comes out of its kind of the sockets. Some days are worse, some are not, but I'm so used to it now. But if I do some shoulder shrugs or whatever, it does help. But at first it was really bad, but it's, I try not to lift my arm. The easiest way is to keep it like this, but I don't do that because I said from the beginning, I didn't want to be stuck like this. I know a lot of people are stuck like this, the fist closed and their arm like that. But since day one, I always kept my arm straight. But and as you know, every stroke is different. But
Jerry, I dealt with a lot of that. I still deal with a lot of
you
like
do?
issues with the shoulder and the hip and the knee. And what I have found is, and this is going to sound really bizarre to you guys, a tremendous amount of these alignment issues start at the feet.
Yeah.
They
Oh, well,
start at the feet, at the fascia within the body, the connective tissue, because over time, the older you get, the
thanks.
fascia can tend to get a little crystallized. It can harden, and especially after having an impact from stroke, these are very real things where one side of your body you use more than the other, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like for me, like my left side is like a powerhouse. It has gotten so strong because it's been lugging my right side around for
Mhm.
so long.
Yeah.
And there's a strength difference from side to side. It was super fascinating. The other day I was doing some reading and I was hearing about how, like, if you have a problem on the right side, you want to really look at the left side. And then if you have a problem on the left side, you want to really look at the right side. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting because it has a lot to do, like your wrist has a lot to do with what's happening in your core, and from side to side. And I really think after all the research and all the study and all the personal healing that I've been doing, working on the feet has been such a profound thing and then the crossbody stuff, which
Yeah.
is really hard.
Yeah.
I had a lot of neuro issues where crossing my arm across my body would just knock me over. I had some space and time issues where I was having vestibular and proprioceptive issues. And ironically, I found out from these couple surgeries I've just recently had this summer that those neuro issues were all connected to my toes being out of alignment.
Yeah.
And now that my toes are straight, my neuro issues and my alignment issues have improved greatly. Who
Wow.
would have thought? Who
Yeah.
would have thought that my toes being misaligned, because my toes were really affected. Like they got buried up underneath my foot and
Yeah.
they wouldn't straighten back out. And I've had all these surgeries now to get these toes straight again. And now they're straight. And all of a sudden, my pelvis is in place. All of a sudden, my shoulders are straight again. All of a sudden, that real heavy tension I was having that kept pulling me over has minimized. And when I woke up from these surgeries, I was dumbfounded. I was like, oh my gosh, this is unreal. And I do a lot of work with the fascia in yoga to help the breath actually release that fascia so my body can move back into alignment.
Wow.
It's slow. As you know, stroke healing is very slow, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing it as the guinea pig I am in this project starting to arrive in my body. And I'm 6.5 years out. I don't think that, and for years, I get so frustrated when I go into a PT's office and they look at me and they say, well, I think you need to learn how to accept, where you're at and you're not really
I
going to be.
can't stand that.
Yeah. Me
I'm
too.
just like, I'm like, I can't work with you. I can't, I will shut the door on that person immediately because I can't work with anybody that's coming into this journey with doubt. I can't afford doubt. I have to stay in a place that, yes, my body is healing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to do this.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like plateau. Dirty word.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's been told that. I've been told that I plateaued after I think 2 years maybe. that I had plateaued. Get used to this. This is it.
Right?
Yes. Thanks.
Right? I'm
Angelina,
not going to let somebody that has I'm not going to let somebody that hasn't experienced a stroke tell me what my plateau looks like. I just refuse to do that wholeheartedly.
Right. Right. Jerry, you were saying something?
yeah, I was going to ask Angelina if her yoga and does that have any effect on severe tremors?
Ugh, big time.
'Cause I got tremors big time, and
Yes, so did I.
I'm definitely interested. And if you don't mind helping train me or whatever it is, like
Please. Please,
Well,
we hold Rachel and I, and Rachel is a stroke survivor too. We both hold space together and separately for this community. 100%.
that's awesome. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. So because it's getting close to the time, but we'll stay on after. But any last words, like John?
You know my motto, just as I always say, fight, fight, fight.
Yes, absolutely. Good words. How about you, Jerry?
I I just want to thank everybody
Yeah,
for because without you guys and everybody watching, we're basically on our own, and
Yes.
and we're charging together to get better.
yeah,
And that's now I I don't want to get Jerry mad, but sometimes I plateau in my thinking, and then
yeah,
I watch his show. I watch John. I watch Angelina, and then well, time to get charging again. And it's
yeah.
just, I want to thank everybody. That's great. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. How about you, Angelia?
I just want to thank everybody for sharing this space with me. And this was such a powerful conversation. And I want to send out a giant shout out to everybody out there watching. You can do this. We all can do this. And community is such an important part of healing. Jerry, you are doing such a great job bringing community together. Man, I am so grateful that you invited me into this. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Uh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is what it's all about. Just to get together and share, things that make us um, better and better, or at least find ideas what works for you, what works for all of us. So, and I appreciate again, like you said, all the people out here that are making comments and just watch, even if you're just watching, don't give up, right? So, but again, I appreciate you guys being here, and um, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.